Less buzz. Okay. Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Palmyra. We can't hold a mic. I don't want to hold the mic, but I might. Okay. Hi, everybody. Now we got it. Take two. Here we go. All right. Again, welcome to Unity of Palmyra. And we love you just the way you are and all your awesomeness. And I'm Gwendolyn Ward. I'm the licensed Unity teacher here. I'm in for Reverend Stephanie, who's on vacation. I gave her a challenge before she left for vacation. And so, Reverend Stephanie, if you're watching, here's the challenge. Read a book for fun. We were talking how this summer we've been reading a lot of books. We've got the book club. We've got classes, workshops. We're reading all the books about these fabulous people we're talking about. And so she's like, I've been reading and reading and reading. And I'm like, me too, me too. Hey, let's read a book for ourselves. So that's Reverend Stephanie's challenge for this vacation. And if you look around, you may also notice that our Janie is missing. She had a family emergency, and she flew off to Houston at the last moment. And so we are going to literally hum along today. And thank you to Becky for jumping in and taking on all that. And, of course, Jody's the backup. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're going to just literally be on the wings and wing it today. So we are doing all of that. So, again, welcome. And let's take this time now to center ourselves and bring ourselves into this presence, into this time. So, if you are able, take a few deep breaths and close your eyes or lower your gaze. And during those breaths, give yourself a virtual pat on the back. You are here, and you are taking this time for yourself. And as we take those deep breaths, let's let one of those escape as a big ah. Yeah, that felt good, didn't it? Let's do it again. That just grounds us and brings us more into the presence. And at this time, we say, Sweet Spirit, thank you for this time to come apart for a while. Sometimes this time is not long enough, but we take what we have and we are grateful to Spirit for the time that we have here. If you are joining us on Facebook or YouTube, a big welcome to you, and we hope that you are also in a safe place, that you may feel the love that we generate here together this morning. We thank you for this time, and we thank you for the place that you are in, and always we thank you, sweet Spirit, for one another, for it is this joy in this community that just gets us through our week. And we need that time. We need that love. We need that energy. I feel as though we're a little needy at times because we do need all of those things. So this is the place to fill up. That's what I call my Sundays. I plug in and I fill up. And I hope that today's service does that for you. I ask the blessing upon those of us who are leading this service, and that you send us the love and support today to continue in energy and spirit, that we may help this be a special service for each and every one who is here and those who are watching. It is a beautiful thing to be of service. And we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Thank goodness this isn't hopefully a technical part. Yes. If you would stand, please. And together. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to hurt, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, divine Spirit. And so, as our power of love, we are opening with, Love is My Decision.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now.
Indeed it is. and our vision together. Awakened hearts, empowered lives, a world transformed through love. And our mission, wherever we are, we create an open, safe, caring community,
calling all to embrace their oneness with the divine through prayer, education, practice, and service.
And we do that by sharing amongst ourselves with hugs and handshakes. And y'all know the rules. If you want a hug, you bring it in. If you want a handshake, bring it out there. And if you want to be left completely alone, that's okay. We understand. So enjoy your time. I guess I'll just
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right, everyone, let's do it together now.
Everybody,
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
And I forgot the chocolate last week, so you'll just have to get it from Reverend Stephanie when she returns. But you did good. You did good. All right. So, as she says, the Church of the Holy Announcements, here we go. All right. Prayer chaplains. Well, this was fun this morning. There are many things that have changed in our service, and the prayer chaplains were one of them. Linda Klein and Helene Gatos are holding space today, and Sam Sherman is going to be the prayer chaplain over here to receive you for prayers after the service, and I'm going to do joys and concerns. So there you go, the four of us, five, whatever that is, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's four of us, I can count. Good job. Hey, today is Hug Sunday, which means food. Right? And today is your dad's favorite recipe. I couldn't make it to Michigan to get fresh fish out of the lake, so I couldn't contribute today. But I'm sure there is lots of goodies downstairs. So after the service, please join us for the fellowship and then our very important hug meeting where we have a lot of interesting and things to tell you. So please come. The source of light we will discuss more at the hug meeting, but know that the source of light is happening, and we are July 31 and August 1st right here downstairs in our building. We have about 15 vendors, and if you are one of the source of light people who like to sign up, know that we are live now and that you can sign up on our website for those vendors that you'd like to have appointments. So. There's also food donation sheets downstairs, volunteer sheets, so we'll be talking more about that at HUG. The Summer Queer Book Club, the next one is July the 16th at 6:30, and we are reading On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous, an interesting read indeed. So please, all are invited, allies as well as LGBTQ, so come on over to the book club downstairs at 6:30 on July, that's the 16th on a Thursday. Sounds of the Sanctuary, we had a fabulous one this past Friday, and we're going to have another one July the 24th, that's at 7 o'clock. And then we have the Sing, that is July the 26th, that's a special service with Reverend Lori Petrozzini. Again, sign up is downstairs. And the Stonewall presentation is on August the 14th here at 7 o'clock. More details about that and all of these things are in our newsletter as well. Yep, I think I got them all. I'm waiting. Very good. Sherry, would you please read the daily word?
The word for today is connection. I share a connection to all living things. I share a connection with the human family, the world's creatures, and the universe itself. I am reminded of the words of astronomer Carl Sagan, who wrote, "The cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." I affirm this cosmic connection and more. I feel I am a part of everything and connected with everyone through the indwelling presence that unites us in God. When the world feels lonely and I'm struggling to find my place in it, I remember this cosmic connection and that despite our surface differences, we have much in common. I value my connection with others and seek to make new ones. I treasure these relationships and celebrate our oneness in God. And from the 1 Thessalonians 5:11, therefore encourage one another and build up each other, as indeed you are doing.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
So this is the time in our service when we especially pray and focus on our joys and our concerns. If you've been with me before, one of my favorite things to do is rock, paper, scissors. So we're going to start by asking you to think of your one major prayer concern. If that prayer concern involves a relationship, yours or someone else's, that's rock. So you'll hold that up. If your main prayer concern is about health, that's paper. So you'll hold that up. And if it's about peace in the world, in your community, in your family, that's scissors. Got it? Rock is relationship, paper is health, and scissors is peace. On the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to hold one of those up, and then I want you to look around at our community and see what is the main concern right now. If you are visiting us on Facebook, please put this in the chat. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right. Now let's take that into prayer. So at this time, in this place, let us return where we were just moments ago in that beautiful space of energy. Breathing in, God is, and breathing out, I am. Breathing in the joys of this world, of our life, of this time. And breathing out those that do not serve us, those things that no longer serve us. That's why it's called release. We let it go. So we bring up those concerns now. We've looked around, we've seen our community, and there are many concerns. And we think about that. And we know, because it is told to us in Scripture, that whatever we bring in prayer has already been answered. And that there is no reason to worry if we take it in prayer. So we know those concerns. We know that the highest good is already at work. And we are grateful for that. And we know that by sharing those concerns, the load of them has been divided. It has been shared. And our community takes it seriously that we are part of that prayer concern. We offer up all of those on our prayer list and know that, again, that the highest and best answer, direction, conclusion, whatever needs to be, is also been answered. And now we bring up the joys, the little joys, the big joys. If you're celebrating a milestone, put it out here in the community and let us know and celebrate with you. If it's a small joy that only you get a little chuckle at, that's what it's about. That's what life is about. And when we bring up our joys, they are multiplied. And so we know that all is well amongst everything else in this world. We make a difference in prayer. And so it is, and so it shall be. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole.
Faster.
I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, stand in your power, women, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, give birth, give life, mothers give birth, give life. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, teach them, be wise, grow and teach them, be wise. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, wake up, child, wake up, wake up. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She says, stand in your power, women, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, give birth, give life, mothers give birth, give life. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, teach them, be wise, grow and teach them, be wise. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, wake up, child, wake up, wake up. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, stand in your power, women, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, give birth, give life, mothers give birth, give life. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, teach them, be wise, grow and teach them, be wise. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, wake up, child, wake up, wake up. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my grandmother's calling me. I hear the voice of my grandmother's song. She say, stand in your power, women, stand in your power. Listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice, I hear the voice, I hear the voice, I hear the voice. Listen, listen.
Wow. Exactly. Woo-hoo. You'll have that beat with you now for a while, right? I mean, I love that. I love that. So thank you so much for that. It was wonderful. So this morning, we are continuing our 12 Power series. We're looking this year within those 12 powers, how people throughout our history, there they are displayed, had some power that helped us in our movement as a nation. They showed up and they demonstrated these powers by their action and possibly and mostly through their service to others. Our focus today is, of course, the greatest, I think, of the spiritual powers, and that is the power of love. When we hear the word love, many of us think of affection, romance, or possibly even kindness. While these are expressions of love, unity teaches us that the spiritual power of love is more than an emotion. According to Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, the power of love is the divine power that harmonizes, unifies, attracts, and blesses. The color is pink. And the apostle, of course, we were told last week, who matches James, is the apostle John. And the power is located in the body, in the back of the heart. Now, this has brought much metaphysical conversation amongst the licensed Unity teachers in our required metaphysical courses. Why the back of the heart? Why did Charles just not say, it's in the heart? Well, our consensus, because we couldn't ask, is that the back of the heart, the chamber in the back of the heart, is where the blood is returned into the body, where it has already received all the oxygen that will support the body. So we believe that it's because that's where the chamber is, again, that returns that blood. This power of love is directly linked to the powers of wisdom and understanding, and more on that later. According to author Paul Hasselbeck, who is also a metaphysical person, we use love to desire Christ's nature so that we harmonize everything in our life to be the best person or the best Christ that we can be. Love is a harmonizing, constructive power. When it is made active in our consciousness, it conserves substance and reconstructs, rebuilds, and restores us and the world around us. Love is the force that sees beyond appearance and recognizes the divine presence in every person. Love is the power that overcomes fear. It heals wounds. It bridges differences. And it inspires selfless action. We know that we must use wisdom and understanding as they are linked to the power of love. But really, it's the wisdom part that helps us choose the right path, the right thing to do in the situation. And that's where my embodiment of Harriet Tubman comes in. I know several people said, I can't wait to hear how you're connecting Harriet Tubman to this power. Well, here you go. I met a woman named Carol Brown back in April when we just happened to be in Seattle, Washington, and got to go to the Seattle Unity Church. It was an amazing day, and we were enthralled to meet Carol Brown because she was the guest speaker, and she portrays Harriet Tubman. That Sunday, as Carol was speaking, she talked about the books that she has written, and she had them. I love this one. It's called Getting on Board the New Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman's Spirit is Guiding Us to Love in Actions. A small book, but a very powerful little read. Carol talks about how her life corresponds to that of Harriet Tubman. Now I would like to introduce you to Harriet Tubman through Carol Brown.
Stories about the Underground Railroad, sure enough. Because y'all know I know something about that. Sure enough, I made 13 trips on that Underground Railroad. 13 trips. Brought out about 70 folks to freedom, sure enough. And I tell you, my train never jumped the track. Ain't nobody that traveled with me, Harriet Tubman, ever got caught and sent back to that slavery. Nobody. But I tell you, I couldn't have done it if the Lord ain't been with me every step of the way. Every step of the way. And the Underground Railroad. Now, I want to tell you about the Underground Railroad because folks get that confused a little bit. Because there ain't never been no train tracks under the ground. The Underground Railroad was all about people. People helping other people for love. Because they love their brothers and sisters. And you see, now I'm talking about all kind of folks. Colored folks, white folks, Indian folks, who know that slavery was wrong. And in their heart, they had the love to know that they need to do something about it. So they used their love and put it into some actions. That's right. That's what you got to do. So Lord, have mercy. I thank the Lord for sending all those different folks to help me out, because I couldn't have made it without them. Now, I was born in Maryland, and I growed up as a slave girl, and I know what slavery was like. I didn't get a chance to leave that slavery till I was about 29 years old. And it wasn't until I made some action did that happen for me. Like my friend Frederick Douglass said. Frederick Douglass said, he prayed for 20 years for his freedom. But freedom didn't come till he prayed with his feet. That's right. I can say the same thing. Freedom didn't come until I got the courage to step out there and go for it. See, the Lord had let me know when I was young, I had the right to one or two things in my life, my liberty or death. And I sure enough gonna take one or the other. Once I got free, I ain't no coming back. No going back to that slavery. No way, no way. Because the Lord let me know. When I freed folks, when I helped these people get to their freedom, that changed their lives. Sure did. And I tell you, ain't nothing like the feeling of freedom for the first time. Sure, and I'm telling you. Now, when I always dreamed about crossing the line that separated the land of slavery, where I was, to the land of freedom on the other side. And when I ran away, one morning, I realized I had crossed the line. I was free. I was free. Oh, Trina, it felt so wonderful. I had to look at my hands to see if I was still the same person, because it felt like I had gone to heaven. I was free.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. I joke and say, our camera people wouldn't have let that happen. That's okay. But anyway, if you would like to see the rest of Carol's service, and she had a lot more to say, visit on YouTube, Unity Seattle, and the date was the last Sunday in April if you'd like to see the rest of that. So, Harriet Tubman, she was known as Moses to those who knew her because she led people out of bondage. She used disguises, and she relied on signs in nature like following the North Star. And she followed rivers. And she used secret communications to guide her family and friends. There is a myth that she taught people to sew things into quilts, and that was debunked. And it was not. Now, what she did in those communications is people hung certain things out a window or on a tree, and those different signs would tell her it was dangerous to go this way or she should travel a different road. She trusted her faith in God to always steer her in the right direction. And to do that, she had to trust her own intuition. Harriet faced extreme dangers. Slave catchers searched for her. Rewards were offered for her capture or her death. Every journey carried an enormous risk, and yet she kept going. One of the greatest misconceptions about love is that it is weak. Love is not weakness. Love is courage. And Harriet is proof of that. She kept going. The source of her courage was not recklessness. It was love. Love for her family, love for her friends, for her people, and love for freedom, and love for her God. When love becomes stronger than fear, extraordinary things happen. Many of us face fears in our lives. We fear rejection. My personal favorite, we fear change. And we fear loss, and we fear failure. But when we focus on love rather than fear, and we can shift our perception instead of saying, but what if something goes wrong? And we say, how can I serve? Or how may I be of service? Love gives us the courage to take the next step. Love in action. Harriet Tubman's love was not merely a feeling she carried in her heart. It became the force that moved her feet. Here are another few things that you might not know about Harriet Tubman. At least I didn't know all of this. During the Civil War, she worked for the Union Army as a cook, as a nurse, as a scout, and as a spy. She was the first woman in U.S. history to lead an armed military assault. It was the Combahee River Raid in 1863, which successfully liberated over 700 enslaved people. Now, after the war, she was a fierce advocate for women's suffrage, and she worked closely with Susan B. Anthony, not somebody I had to put her with. She was also a philanthropist. Tubman purchased property in Albany, New York, that's where she retired, and she opened the Harriet Tubman Home for the Aged, and she provided care to impoverished and elderly African Americans. She also purchased several acres of land and planted trees, fruit trees, especially apple trees. Move over, Johnny Appleseed. Harriet's on her way. Harriet always focused on feeding people. That was the best way to show love, she told everyone. Her quote was, when people have food in their belly, they can love God more fully. We do that well here too, don't you? We do it. Upon her death on March 10th, 1913, she was buried with full military honors at Auburn Fort Hill Cemetery. Harriet Tubman's legacy is often described in terms of courage, leadership, and perseverance. But beneath all those qualities was love. Love compelled her, and love sustained her. There's one more part about Harriet that stands out, and I didn't know it until I read Carol Brown's book. It's her inspiration and love for grandmothers. She herself did not have children, but she was seen as a grandmother amongst her community because of the wisdom that she had and the stories that she passed down. It's no coincidence that cultures around the world talk about the vital role of older women. In the Native American tribes, grandmothers and elder women are revered as the heartbeat of the community. They are central to passing down history, language, and spiritual teachings to younger generations. They call them the cultural conservators. The Hopi Native American tribe has a saying, when grandmothers speak, the world will heal. Carol Brown in her book says that grandmothers are often the hidden pillars who hold families together. They pass down traditions, and they call forth courage and compassion. She goes on to say that love runs the world. It's the love that lifts us up after a fall, and the love that mothers pass down generation after generation. Grandmothers are seed planters. Every act of care, every story told, every blessing spoken is a seed that blooms into a beautiful part of wisdom for those yet to come. I'd like to introduce to you our two grandmothers who are here and one who will be speaking from beyond. They have a wisdom that they'd like to pass down to their grandchildren and to us now. Please welcome our grandmothers. Yay! Come forward, come forward. Elaine is our newest grandmother, I think, and Karen is an experienced grandma, and I'm going to speak for Holly, who is ill and was unable to join us. So I asked our grandmothers if they could talk about their grandchildren, their ages and such, and then any wisdoms that they would like to instill. So I'm going to start with Karen.
Oh,
Here you go.
thank you.
Here you go.
So I have 6 grandchildren, all boys.
Did you hear that? Wow.
2 of them are in California, and they're the oldest ones. So they're 27 and 24. So the value of family has always been strong with me, and I'm connected to them through their mother, who was 3 and a half when I met her. She was the daughter of my son's father. So fast forward, Liz and I became the grandparents of her 2 older ones. As infants, we were at the hospital. So I've done, I think I said they're biracial. I've done a lot of work on myself and kind of a deep dive for many years in the past, so that I could understand and have a better concept of racism, what my own issues were, so I could have a more fluid relationship with them. And working on my biases and educating myself about their experiences. Throughout the years, we've continued to have a lot of open discussions, particularly as they got older and one of them was in college, about acceptance and differences. How words and actions represent who they are. We've had many conversations about systemic racism, specifically around legal systems and mental health. They were also from my first experience of coming out to the grandchildren. I had both of them one day. They were like 7 and 9, and the youngest one were going into Target to get beach stuff. And he pops up and says, "So, Grandma, you're gay?" So we got to have a really fun little discussion about that. And, you know, it was like 3 or 4 minutes and we moved on, right? Because that's what kids do. Yep. So that was fun. So I've also learned to take my ability to take criticism from them. We used to have a lot of sleepovers with them. And we'd have dance parties. And at one point, the 7-year-old again says, "Grandma, you're hurting on my eyes." We still have dance parties sometimes. But I've also learned a lot about showing up for them and stepping in for their parents. Well, particularly one of them was a very skilled athlete, was accepted twice to the Junior Olympics. And one time his mom was working and had gotten a new job. And so I was able to take him to Jacksonville, Florida in August. And for the week for his experience in attending the Junior Olympics and filling in for her. And that was a good experience for all of us and on many levels. So fast forward, I also have 4 grandchildren. I call them minions in Pennsylvania, which is why I'm here today. So in 2002, in the middle of the pandemic, they had their 4th baby. And my wife and I decided to purchase a small home here so that we could be more participatory in their lives. My need was for the children to know factually who I was, who my wife was, what our values were and are, and to establish traditions with them, be able to be present for sports, activities, birthdays, holidays, which was more challenging being on, the West Coast. So we've had many in the course of being here, many conversations about privilege. One of the things I did in the earlier days of being here was taking them to the store and having them use the little grocery carts. And that was the purpose of, I talked to them about the caring cupboard and what it was for and why we were going. And we were going to the store and we had a little list. And that what we purchased that day, we were taking to them. And nothing was bought for them, but it was for, the purpose of getting them in touch with that a lot of people don't have the privilege that they have. And we still do that, particularly with the little one I do, who's turning 6 today. So we've had a lot of continued open conversations about the importance of supporting local business when possible, and why Grandma doesn't go to Chick-fil-A. And that they're my views and actions, and not everybody has to agree. But when they're with me, we don't go. And why I don't shop a lot on Amazon. I'm not perfect, but I try. Why I participate in social activism in their communities, attend protests, because I want to have a better life for them. And we've talked a lot, especially during the 2024 election, because the two older ones, the oldest one in particular was very, and he was 11 at the time, 12, no, 10. But he was very much involved with in conversations and would come to me and call me and say, did you hear what he did now? Did you hear, and how kind of thing. And they were devastated when it turned out differently. And so we had to talk about that, and why Grandma continues to do a lot of things that she does. In the past 3 years, I've started they have a lot of family back east, back west, on the West Coast.
You're on the east.
I just got back, so I'm, jet lag still. That they had never met. And so it was important to me, that really bothered me. So it was important to me, first I took 2 for a week, and last couple of years I've taken 3, and we just came back from a 2-week deal. That'll be reevaluated. But all that to say that they're connecting with their cousins, uncles, and aunts. And even when we get back here, they still stay connected on different levels, thanks to technology. So that's been really important to me. And one of the things I had them do was to collect their own they had to do work around the house because there was a specific place we go to every year that my family went forever for pizza with everybody. And now they have arcades there, so they have to work to earn those quarter jars that are similar to what my dad used to pass out to their parent. So there have been many overnights, which have been really an interesting experience, but fast forward, for the past 2 years, I've been walking through their parents' divorce with them. Many overnights and 2 a.m. wake-ups, nightmares and anxiety conversations, and lots of hugs and cuddles. For the past 8.5 months, I have, they and their mom have been living with me in our home while she has been actively seeking housing for them. They sold their home. So providing, what that has provided me with is a lot of opportunities on a daily basis to share more details of who my parents are and grandparents, which were the reason why I got to be doing what I'm doing now. I was able to purchase the home because of them. And I've also been provided with a steady, have been able to provide them with a steady amount of emotional support and guidance, embracing memories of some very entertaining family dinners. So, in the essence of time, I think I'll stop there, because I could go on, but thank you.
What grandmother couldn't? I know,
So I'm
I
trying
know. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
This is blinking red. Do you care?
I don't know.
It's blinking red. Do
Well,
we
you're,
care?
at least it's going.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Go.
Go.
And see
I
what
get to
happens.
go.
See what
Okay.
happens.
Well, I'm, as she said, the new grandma, so I won't have the stories to share that Karen just shared. Marcus was born March 3rd of this year, so on July 3rd, he will be 4 months old. So when I say I'm new, I'm new. He has been a joy and a blessing. And I was saying to Jenny yesterday, actually, because his mother, Jenny, lived right next door. We're in a duplex, so Steve and I and Becky are on one side, Jenny and her husband Kenny and Marcus, and my other daughter Mandy and a family friend Justin all live on the other side. So we're all within the same structure. And I remember when I was married to Brad, Brad and I lived downstairs. It was a mother-daughter setup in the house. So my parents were upstairs and we were downstairs. So once I started having children, my parents were right there. And I said to Jenny yesterday, I now understand how blessed my parents felt because they were able to be right there, involved pretty much in the day-to-day. I can see Marcus pretty much every single day if I want to, without being too intrusive. When he was first born, I have to admit, I really had to discipline myself to not constantly go over there. But they bring him over. One of the traditions actually from my family growing up was Sunday dinners was always with my grandmother, my grandparents on my father's side, because they were the ones who were local. My mother's parents were down on Long Island, so it was always with Grandma and Grandpa, and it was always an Italian meal. Well, we ditched the Italian meal part because actually it's Jenny who cooks. So she comes over and she cooks in our house, and we all have dinner together on Sunday. We also have dinner together Saturday, but Sunday is the home-cooked meal. And that is the tradition that was started with my family, and so that I'm passing down to my children and my grandson. What wisdom am I going to impart to him? I have no friggin' clue, truthfully. Other than, I will say, the one thing I do see myself imparting to him is to, as the song stated, stand in your power.
Yeah.
Do not give your power away to anyone. You are a divine being. Do not let society, the world, your friends, anybody tell you that you are somebody you're not. You know yourself better than anybody.
Beautiful.
And to just hold on to that, retain your connection, because that's your power right there. And that's really all I have to say.
That's good. You can hang on to that. I think I'll use my headset. Thanks. So this is from Holly. Hearing the words that your daughter is to have a child is the most exciting and terrifying and breathtaking moment. A question that soon came along is, what do you want to be called? Well, many designer names have come about, and I thought about it for a while, and I came to the conclusion, I just wanted to be grandma. So I am grandma of 2 boys, 10 and 13. Lessons I have learned from them are probably more than I have taught them. My lesson was that I am not their mother. I tried to teach them and mold them into the children that I thought they should be. Follow the rules that my parents taught me about raising children. Fix what I did not do correctly with my daughter. This actually did not make me feel loving and kind. So I decided that they could have extra ice cream cones before dinner. I learned names of video games. Could not quite learn to play them, but I tried. The best thing is their hugs and their quirkiness. Sometimes I get frustrated with them, and I get a little touchy to have to remember an idea that I heard on children. Children are not born for our time. To me, that means to teach them love, kindness, thinking skills, ethics, and how to expand their minds in the most important thing, as well as how to give big hugs and how to receive them. I do not spend much time with my boys as I would like to, due to our schedules. When my oldest grandson lost his dog, his dad had him call me, and he sat in a closet and cried and talked to me until he could breathe. The little one has a time with his temper. My mom used to throw cold water on me, not fond of that memory. But I have learned to just hold him tight until he lets go, and we rock together. They have taught me that this is not about me, it's about them and their future. When I asked my grandchildren what they thought about me as a grandmother, they said, "You make the most special food." They love that I make things and always help them if needed. I asked them if they knew that that I love them, and this is what I got. What crazy grandchild doesn't know that their grandma loves them? Goal met. That is really all it is. So, thank our grandmothers for their time. I appreciate that. Whoop, whoop. I love the wisdom. So to summarize all of this, let us realize that in our daily lives, we may not be leading people through the Underground Railroad, but that we are constantly given opportunities to channel divine love. A kind word, a listening ear, a helping hand, a compassionate response, and a willingness to forgive. These simple actions become powerful spiritual principles. So let's take that into meditation.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
So if you're able, begin by closing your eyes so that you can focus once again on your breathing and take a few deep breaths. And now find a special grandmotherly woman in your life. They may be past or present, but an elder in your life. Focus on her for a moment. What about her made you feel special? Was it the encouragement? Was it their understanding and compassion? Is it because they saw you for your true self? Love always sees the truth of who we are. When we activate the power of love, we begin to see beyond labels, appearances, mistakes, and limitations. We recognize the divine spark within ourselves and within others. The spiritual power of love is not passive. Love is action. Our dear Harriet returned to danger again and again to lead people towards freedom. She planted seeds of love in each person she met, and that helped them carry forth the message of love. Love says, remember our common humanity and spiritual identity. Harriet Tubman trusted the divine guidance within her. She believed she was called and supported by a power greater than herself. To activate the power of love, we must learn to honor the divine presence within ourselves. Then, like your grandmother role model, spread the seeds of love, wisdom, and understanding.
There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So this is the time in our service where we say thank you. It's the biggest word we can come up with. Thank you. Thank you for your giving. Thank you for helping us to reach out into the community with the love that we show each and every time through your gifts. So again, thank you.
Everybody.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in white? Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelite. Oh, God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. children wade in the water, God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in blue? Wade in the water. Must be the children that's coming through. God's gonna trouble water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children wade. Water. God's gonna trouble the water. You don't believe I've been redeemed? Wade in the water. Just see the Holy Ghost looking for me. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Yeah. Very nice.
That's right. Let's stand for the unity blessing. Woo! Don't forget all those people online, and here we go. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Yes, we do. And together we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope. I stand for you. You know our world is in great pain. She needs our loving care again. Yet there are those who fail to see what we have done and what we need. There is a cost for every act, and now there is no turning back. We burn a bridge, we bang a drum. It's time to rise, the time has come. If you're thinking it's not urgent, that we've got more time to kill, if I'm not the one who'll change things, then for heaven's sake, who will? So I will move, and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed, I will not stop. to the top, where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release, for what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope, we'll stand for you, for what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope, I stand for you.
As the light of God we shine, as the love of God we embrace, as the power of God we stand in truth, as the presence of God we radiate love. Wherever we are the divine in expression, and all is well with our souls. Big hand for Becky and Jody. Woo! That's a deal. There's nothing like a cappella at the last minute, you know? So remember the hug meeting downstairs. Go forth in the wisdom of the grandmothers and be blessed this week. I love you all. Bye-bye, YouTube and Facebook people. We love all of you. Thank you.
Yeah.